Hey, welcome to our podcast, It's Healthy Podcast. Welcome back to this episode. So, people don't fail because there's something wrong with them. They fail because the plan they were sold stops working as soon as real life gets in the way. Okay, let me read once again. People don't fail because there's something wrong with them. They fail because the plan they were sold stops working as soon as real life gets in the way. And this is the text that you have to keep in mind when you think to approach this kind of programs like losing weight in 3 months or losing 20 kilograms in 3 months, or those text messages that you see on LinkedIn, Instagram. I am looking for 10, 15 dedicated people that want to lose at least 20 kilograms, and I will run a program where you'll have the personalized nutrition included and personalized workouts, and everything is personalized for you to lose 20 kilograms in 3 months. Which also the data shows that 50% regain their weight back. Those people that are doing this, 50% regain in 2 years, regain their weight in 2 years, and 80% in 5 years. So you have to think about this data, which is real, which I saw it with my own eyes because I was part of the system. I've done the same thing for around 4 or 5 years. And then when I met with my ex-clients, most of them, 90% of them, regained their weight because of life. When life kicks in, you will not be able to do the same things as you did in those 3 months. It's quite normal. The real reason these programs fail are many, but one of them, for example, these 3-month transformations aren't built on skills. They're built on compliance. And that's true. That's true. Because what are you doing is very simple. You approach this kind of programs, even if it's free, even if you pay for it, you approach it, you set your mind that for the next 3 months you're gonna obey every single thing the personal trainer or the trainer will tell you to do. You will obey for 3 months. You don't learn anything. You don't learn skills. You don't learn notions, the idea of to learn about yourself, about your emotions, about your muscles, contraction, stretch, recovery process. You don't learn anything. You are just obey of what one person is telling you to do. So if they are telling you to do this, you will do that, and that's all. So the thing about compliance, you have to understand that compliance only works while the external pressure exists, like trainers, program rules, weekly check-ins. This is what I said. Like the moment the trainer, it's over there. That's why I saw with my own eyes after the person left my program, for example, in the back days, when the person left the program and after 2 years we met again and they regain some of the weight, I was like, what are you doing? Why you don't keep going to the gym? And the answer was, probably all people will have the same answer. You are not there to motivate me, because you are not there, because I don't know what to do, when to do, how to do. And I was like, what? You just spent 2 years of your life with me, like paying daily sessions with trainers, yeah, with me. You paid every single day, like 2 times per per week. That was the average. 2 times per week. We trained together for nearly 2 years. 2 days per week. You lost so much weight and now you start regaining it. You didn't learn anything in 2 years. And that is the main reason. I didn't have an answer at that moment in time, but now I have. And it's about compliance. And that's the main problem, because I didn't create the program to make them learn some skills. They were just over there, they were paying me to tell them what to do, when to do, which is not long-term achievement, which is not will not guarantee 100%, will not guarantee 100% results, long-term results, sorry. So 100% guarantee will not uh, give you long-term results. That's a fact. The moment you build skills is different. So program rules. So probably you saw those 3 months programs where they say, okay, I'm gonna give you personalized workouts routine and nutrition, which is bollocks. There's no such thing. But anyway, so because you hear that idea of personalized, it triggers something in your brain at the emotional level, which uh, makes you feel special. So because of that, you think, I'm gonna do whatever they ask me to do because they care about me, because it's personalized. So you start doing that. I don't know, whatever diet it's over there, and whatever they wrote in those schedules, which is bollocks anyway. And then you have weekly check-ins. So in most of the cases, personal trainers or this kind of programs will ask you to weight yourself weekly, okay, to see the results, to see the change, to motivate you, to give you something to keep going, you know. So because of that, because of daily check-ins, of weekly check-ins, for example, it creates that momentum, that spinning wheel momentum, that you think, oh, you're gonna get uh, all the results that you're gonna get will be for long term, but actually not. Actually not at all. So the thing that people are discovering after finishing these 3 months programs is, once the pressure disappears, so does the behavior, because the person never learned to run their own system. And that's true. You don't you, when you go into this 3 months programs, you don't learn skills. As I said, you just obey some rules. So once that disappears, you are, what am I going to do now? What the fuck? And all these programs has the same idea. Short-term intensity, like if you go to, for example, from my experience, were like 2 times per week, okay. High intensity, you sweat a lot, maybe you vomit at the first sessions, you work really hard, you push really hard, and then you have temporary restriction. So because, as I said, the word personalized and triggers the emotion in your brain, and you think that you are very special for them and someone cares about you, you'll do as they tell you to do. So you'll have temporary restrictions, like you don't eat carbs, or you don't eat fats, or they will tell you to eat 3 times per day, or they will tell you to do this and that. So you'll have certain restrictions. So you had a daily routine, okay, of, I don't know, maybe let's say drinking 3 cans of Coca-Cola per day. And now they will restrict that, and they will say, now you're not gonna touch Coca-Cola again. So as long as for 3 months you're not gonna touch it, but your pattern that you created for, let's say, 4 years of drinking 3 cans of Coca-Cola per day is still there in your brain. You didn't change it. You didn't try to change it. You didn't try to rectify it. You didn't try to replace it with a new habit. You didn't try anything of that, or understanding where it's coming from, or what creates that dependency of Coca-Cola or stuff like this. You don't learn anything. They will You just have a temporary restriction because of them. So once they are gone, you finish the program, that's all. Slowly but sure, you'll fall back into the uh, old habits. So then you have before and after photo. As you can see everywhere, every single personal trainer is promoting that before and after, especially with a very big title, uh, 20 kilograms in 3 months, or 20 kilograms in 2 months, or a very high number of kilograms lost in a very short amount of time, or shred it in 6 months, or 100-day transformation, amazing transformation. They are using that. So because things are fast, people are going blindly. They are following the rules blindly because they want that fast result, especially if they have some not motivation, but some reasons, like a wedding, like a big event in their life where they have to wear a dress or a suit, or if, I don't know, the doctor says you're gonna fucking die soon, or any other reasons. And then you have to understand that all of these processes, like 3 months programs, will create repeat customers. Yes, you heard me. Will create repeat customers. You do it for 3 months, people's people's brain will start perceiving this kind of approach, like 3 months, as a pill in case they need it. They know that it's over there is 3 months of struggle and push and hard work and temporary restrictions. So once that's done, they get back to the normal life. The life hits hard the way it's supposed to, okay? And then they start slowly regaining their weight as uh, the data shows, okay? So in 5 years, probably they will come back, or in 2 years, they probably will come back. So, so it's just a repeat customer, which is amazing for personal trainers. It's amazing for the whole industry, especially for these programs where they push a little bit of supplements and so on. So the following question is, what actually makes people fall apart after a program? What exactly? Well, there is life friction. One is life friction. It's work stress, travel, social events, kids, sleep. So when you look at your life, let's say, for example, you are in your 30s, okay? You are focusing on your career, or you're focusing on having kids, for example, or getting married, finding your loved ones, or so on. So because all of these things happening in your life, you start making sacrifices, and the only sacrifice that people are making right now in this world is their health. They are sacrificing their health for their career, for their relationship, for kids, for, I don't know what kind of work they are doing, uh, reaching targets, money wise, financially, and they are cutting their health pieces by piece just to accomplish these kind of goals. So it creates a friction. It creates, like, it's very, very hard. So that's why you reach a period when you have losses. For example, you lost your mother, your parents, relatives, and so on. So that adds up, because you have a grieving period, you have the emotional damage that comes with everything else in your life, like divorce, split, not having, I don't know, being lonely, changing countries, nationalities, and many other things. So life life is hard anyway. So that's why this kind of idea of 3 months program ain't gonna fucking work. That's why people are falling apart, okay, after they finish this 3 months program, and they get back to their old routine, and this is how they regain their weight. They lose their weight. They lose in these 3 months. Then you have the skill gap. The person never learned how to handle food on bad weeks, not good weeks. So this is what I said earlier. You're gonna obey the personalized personalized diets, or um, I don't know what they give you over there, a paper with some things. So you don't learn any skills. You don't learn how to cook. You don't learn what to eat, how to eat, when to eat. You don't create a schedule. You don't create habits. You don't understand how important is the hydration, for example, how to hydrate yourself, like how important is magnesium in your daily routine, how important is calcium, how important is salt, potassium, where did you get them, and so on. So maybe you'll say, well, I don't care, I don't need to know all these informations, because that's why I'm paying the personal trainer. No, 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 no. That's common sense. What I'm saying right now, it's common sense. Hydration will be part of your life, the whole life. You have to know basic stuff, like how hydration happens, like what's the minimum amount of information that you need to know to understand hydration, to be aware of you hydrating well every single day for the rest of your life, are common sense things. Like, for example, to increase muscle mass, or when you want to go to the gym and train, you have to understand the basic principles like contraction and stretch. Nothing more. You don't have to go to know about, I don't know, what muscle groups, what fibers are in your muscles, to determine what kind of fibers, red, white, and it's for strength, you are for muscle building, muscle mass, and all of that bollocks. No, it's just common sense, like contraction and stretch. What do you need for recovery? Well, you need magnesium, you need you need food, you need um, protein, you need uh, carbs as well. You need to stretch a lot, and all of those things are common sense. But because you don't learn anything, you're just, the moment those 3 months disappears, okay, you're gonna fall back into a pattern, the old pattern. So that's the other thing why the people fall apart after the program. Then you have the dependency, which, as I said, the trainer become the brain, client become the performer. It's like someone is telling you what to do. The moment that person disappears from your life, you'll be blank. Your mind will be blank. Like, what am I going to do? And I saw that at my ex clients. I saw it on and on and on and on. 99% of them follow the exact pattern, this exact pattern. They don't try to learn. They fell into a comfort zone where they think, I'm paying this guy for his information to tell me what to do, when to do, and how to do. Because of that, I do not have to consume any energy whatsoever to learn the things that we are doing together in the gym. So it's quite normal. Then you have identity conflict. People still see themselves as someone trying to lose weight, not someone who knows how to maintain health, which is very, very important. Here are two different things, like mind patterns that happens inside of people's brain. Trying to lose weight, this is what is in their mind, and also they equal trying to lose weight with the idea of being healthy or being fit or having more stamina or all of those things, which is not a fact, is not correct. Because once you lose weight, you just say, okay, I reached the target. Your brain will say, I reached the target, it's done. I'm healthy now. I'm fit. But you are not. Because the idea of maintaining health is not about losing weight. It's about building muscle mass. Maintain your muscle mass at some certain levels, because after the age of 30, okay, you will start losing muscle mass naturally. This is nature, this is fact, this is a science fact. Studies, like, for a long, long time, which is true. If you look at people in their 50s, 60s, 80s, it's very easy for them to get an injury because of the muscle mass, the reduction of the muscle mass. So because they don't keep active their muscle mass, their whole body becomes weaker. So these are the main things. Like, someone who knows how to adjust meals when they're tired will keep progress. Someone who only knows how to follow rules will collapse the moment rules vanish. And that's true. That's why you need skills. That's why you need to learn how to prepare meals. That's why you need to have a meal plan, to eat at certain hours, to adjust the meals depending on your lifestyle. For example, if you are a nurse, or if you are a factory worker, or if you are, I don't know, whatever jobs are out there, and for example, you need to work night shifts or day shifts. If you care and if you learn the skills of maintaining health or maintaining a fit body, you will adapt those meals according to your work shifts, even if it's at night or day and so on. That's why it's so important. Because the moment the rules vanish, everything will collapse. That's why after 3 months, people gain back their weight. So we all know how the industry benefits from rebound. It's it's very simple: repeat customers, recurring revenue. The transformation marketing relies on you failing later, but feeling guilty about it. So after you fail, you start gaining like half of the weight, you start feeling the pressure. You start thinking, oh, I lost a lot of money because I paid for that program, or it's my fault because I didn't keep up with the program, or I didn't do the same routine. Or But you can't live with the same intensity, with the same restrictions that they impose you for 3 months. You can't, because you have a life. You need to live the bloody life. You have lots of events going through your life that changes you, that makes you adapt and change every single day to improve yourself, to grow, to go down. And it's like stock market. It's not linear. Your life will not be linear. It's like a stock market. You have crashes, you have all-time highs, and so on. That's the thing. So regain becomes proof of you need help again. That's in your mind. This is what will keep going. And also, and you saw it everywhere, all of us, programs are designed to produce dramatic short-term visuals, not durable people. You see as I said earlier, the pictures with 100-day transformation, or whatever the title is. but you'll not see a title that uh, transformation transformation for 30 years, which is very important. So probably what a sustainable approach actually looks like. Well, it's very, very quite simple, to be honest with you. Build skills you can use when your life is messy. So one of the skill that I recommend is when you wake up first thing in the morning, go and drink at least 300 milliliters of water. Hydrate your body. You want to do it better? Okay, add a little bit of salt, like a pinch of salt in your water and drink it. You want to improve it better? Drink some magnesium first thing in the morning. Try to see how you feel. Do it for other people will recommend 3 times per day or whatever they recommend. But from my opinion and from what I saw at myself and other people, the moment you do it just once, for example, do it for 1 week and see how you feel. You can keep going with your lifestyle, whatever you do. But this is what it's about skills. Drink first thing in the morning, 300 milliliters of water, and you can improve step by step. Like, for example, add a pinch of salt, okay, add a pill of magnesium, see how you feel. And there's nothing outrageous, there's nothing complicated in this, but it's a skill. You can learn it. You can introduce it as a habit in your daily routine. Learn how to make decisions without a coach in your pocket. This is a difference between a trainer, a personal trainer, and a coach. The personal trainer will tell you, he is the brain, will tell you what to do, when to do, how to do. A coach will show you the path, will give you the tools, but you have to work, you have to make decisions along the way, that the path that the coach is telling you. So at the end of the path, you will be able, the moment the coach disappears from your life, okay, you will know how to ride that path. You will know how to adapt when a barrier comes into your life. Create routines that match your actual lifestyle, not an imaginary perfect week, because this is what happens. Those 3 months, people leave everything, everything, kids, family, work, career, everything for 3 months. They will say, I'm gonna focus on my health now. So they do. But the moment those 3 months stops, they can't adapt what they've done in 3 months. They can't adapt to their lifestyle, because the lifestyle will come back, like work, kids, family, grieving, periods, life itself. So that's why you need to have a meal schedule. That's why you have to know some basic things, how to cook, for example, and cook for yourself. Because as I said to my clients, if you don't earn at least 400, 500 pounds per hour, you do need to learn how to cook, because you need to feed your body for the rest of your life. So you need to know how to cook, because when hard times appear in your life, okay, creating the skills of knowing how to cook, when to cook, what to cook, will help you. The nutrition will help you go through those hard periods of your life much easier, because your nutrition is properly, you know it, you test it, you practice it for a long period, so will be very, very handy. Instead of chasing a finish line, build habits you don't have to restart. That's the thing. That's the difference between those 3 months programs and building habits. The moment you start developing skills and you create habits inevitably, okay, you'll never ever have to restart again. You'll never ever have to think about, oh, I need to lose weight. No. Focus on health capacity, strength, stamina, eating structure, recovery, which are the most common sense things. So the goal isn't to lose weight slowly. The goal is to become someone who no longer needs to think about their weight every day for the rest of their life. I'm going to read this again. The goal isn't to lose weight slowly. The goal is to become someone who no longer needs to think about their weight every day. I hope it sticks with you. Anyway, so a clear reframe for the listeners. If a program can't survive your life challenges, it isn't a real solution, it's a theater. If a program can't survive your life changes, it isn't a real solution, it's a theater. This is what I said earlier. If, for example, you let everything down, career, family, everything for these 3 months, where you think you're focusing now on your health, and those 3 months can't be kept for the rest of your life or to your lifestyle that you have, it's not for you. It's just a theater. You have to understand that. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.